Hey everyone, I'm just gonna say, I dare you. I double dare you, mother. Hey guys, it's your boy Eric once again with another video for Eric Illustrations in the Commotion Media. So today's video is going to be real fun, but before we jump into that, remember to like, share and subscribe all the videos, and that helps the channel a lot. If you like any other music in the background, check Be the Human in the link in the description below as well. And also check Commotion Media in all social media. And yeah, so let's just jump right into what the video is about, right? So today's video is going to be about why it's important to draw different styles, to not just case yourself in your own style or other people's styles for that matter. So for this, I understand that you end up doing your own style, but like it's important that you try different stuff out, and we're going to talk about that in the video. And for this one, I chose a movie that is actually one of my favorites of all time, which is Pulp Fiction from, you know, the 80s or 90s. That's like super cool movie. I'm gonna draw Vincent and Jules from Pulp Fiction. Hopefully Tarantino will be happy with the results. It's not bloody, but at least I try to honor one of the scenes from the movie. So let's just jump right into it. Okay, so I really want to talk about the importance of drawing different styles. And I don't just mean like emulating someone's style or copying a style. I just mean challenging yourself enough to create different shapes, different looks, different proportions, and even different environments. So why is it important to do this? Why do you think this is a thing that you should be doing? Well, the more you try new stuff, the more you try stuff out to draw in different styles, the more you try and get to know what works better for you. And that means trying to do things that you already know. Like let's say you want to try someone's style. You can also just try and scribble and try and do different lines and different things you've never done before, just to try and get to know what works better for you. I think that has worked for me in the past, because just the fact that you're trying different shapes, different looks, different proportions and everything, it's important, because when you start working like this, you understand what works for you and what works against you in the piece. So I usually do a comic booky art. However, I wanted to try, I always try to keep my creative mind active by just drawing stuff and trying to incorporate things from different styles. And once I've tested and drawn crazy stuff on my sketchbooks or my Procreates that I never share, I try and do things that I usually wouldn't on art. And most of the time, even if I don't share it, I get to learn something from it. And that's why I think it's important, because the more you try stuff out, the more you draw an eye in a way you would never do it in one of your finished pieces, you'll understand why that works or what part of that could actually work, and you can start trying that out. Like once you do it, even if you don't like the finished result, you might think to yourself, okay, so I did not like this. However, I do like the way the iris is done, or the way the pupil came out. So that's what you have to start doing. And it's important that you test the craziest stuff out. And you can do it with color as well. It doesn't necessarily have to be with line work. And I say this in a way that's very important to myself, because honestly, I've been doing color for not so long as I've been doing line work, and I've been trying to do a lot of crazy things using vibrant colors, using muted colors, using different brushes. And that's exactly what you have to do. That's where you have to try different styles. And that doesn't only mean line work, or doesn't mean that you have to do something in a cartoon style or do it in a comic booky style. The reason why it's important to always try new stuff is because there's a lot of stuff out there. When it comes to color, you can do aquarella, you can do dry paint, you can do a lot of things. And that's what's important about trying new things, because the more you try, the more you get to know what you are good at and what you actually like. So if you want to try some stuff out, but you don't think that you have enough creativity to do so, because sometimes it's hard. Like I understand that sometimes you start trying and drawing stuff out and everything comes out the same, and you're like, why can I not think of something else? So I got a solution for you. That's something that has worked for me in the past. What I always do is I go to Instagram and I try and see other people's work, especially if they wanted you to see that. And there's a lot of hashtags and stuff like that that you can try. One that I usually look for is Draw This in Your Style challenge, where you have to adapt a piece from someone else um, to your style, because that's exactly the name of the style. Draw this in your style. And what is important about it is you're not just learning from the person that you're drawing from, you also have a very clear vision of a drawing from someone else. And that's where you look at it and you think, okay, I think I can try and adapt this to my style. And even if your style is completely different to the person who drew it first, you'll try and get some elements of that drawing to your drawing so it fits your style, but it's also that drawing. I don't think I'm being clear enough, but what I mean is I want to make, let's say that I want to do a girl from someone's style, right? And I want to do that girl on my style, but I also want people to know that it is inspired by that drawing. So I'm going to take some elements of that. And those things that I'm trying on my art that are not usually my art, that's what's going to make my art grow. And that's why I think this is such an important challenge, where you have to experiment different things to some degree, and you learn from that artist and you also learn from yourself. So, for example, I wanted to do this piece from Pulp Fiction just because I wanted to do a cartoon-ish version of it. Like, let's say that I had to fit this image into let's say an already running cartoon or running TV show. So I wanted to do it in a simple way that you can tell it's them, but you can also see that it's in a different style. Like it's not accurate. Like if you put this versus one of the pictures from Vince and Jules, it's not gonna look exactly like them, but you know it's them. Like when you've seen the Matrix, Matrix inspired art in a lot of shows, they just put like glasses and stuff like that. That is basically adapting a style. A picture to a style, and that's what you have to try. You have to try new stuff out, experimenting. Sometimes it will not work, and I can tell you it hasn't worked for me a lot of times. But the more you do it, the more you learn, and the more you understand how it's important. I understand that this is a bit hard compared to other topics I've talked about. Like if you think about the fan art part, it's already a more established part, but you can also use some elements of trying different stuff out on your fan art as well. And also when it comes to getting some likeness, like I did in this drawing, as you can tell, this is a very simple drawing, but I try to get that likeness into that style. And that's a couple of different elements that you have to think about when you're doing this. It's not easy, but like everything, practice makes perfect, right? So the more you do it, the more you understand how to adapt things, how to get someone's likeness in a different style, which is kind of hard, but you can always achieve. And that's what's important, that you keep trying stuff out. And something that I tell everyone that I've ever talked to is when it comes to drawing, a lot of people do not like drawing because they think they're not good at it, but drawing is basically practice. There are some people with talent for sure, but if they don't practice, they'll lose that. That's why you always have to draw and draw and draw. I always recommend to at least draw 30 minutes a day. Like let's say you're on your lunch break, or even 15 minutes. The more you draw, the better it is. But you have to keep drawing every day so you can improve. And trying different stuff out will also avoid you getting bored. Because if you keep drawing the same stuff all the time, when you realize you're not going to draw anymore because you're just drawing the same thing, right? So that's where it's important to me. And in conclusion, I really want you guys to try a lot of things with color, with line works, just trying new things and expanding your areas of expertise. If you're trying to grow as an artist, it doesn't matter if your level is, it doesn't matter what your level of an artist is. If you're a pro, if you're a beginner, you can always learn a lot from trying new stuff and trying to learn from other artists and others without copying. Because like if you think about guys like Jim Lee in the 80s, or if you think about like modern artists, and you look at their work when they were already pros a few years ago, and then you look at their current art, you're gonna say, oh, this guy has improved a lot. And that does not come from nowhere. That comes from trying a lot of stuff out. And if you've ever taken a class, like any art class, they will have you try a lot of different styles so you can improve by learning from others. And yeah, that's basically all what I wanted to say to you guys. If you keep trying things, I really want to see those comments. I also would like to maybe even create a sort of maybe a Discord or something where you can guys upload whatever you guys are drawing, and then I can like talk about and have an interesting discussion about your art. And let me know if that's a thing that you would like to see. I just hope my message gets across and you guys keep drawing. Alright guys, so that was the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys really like the drawing. Please let me know what you think in the comments below. What other characters I should do, what other topics I should talk about. I think this is fun. I'm kind of just developing what I want to talk about while I draw art that I'm interested in, and I try new stuff like I did with this one. So let me know in the comments below if you like what I'm doing, what you want me to do, and like, share, and subscribe. Hit all the buttons in the description below. Also hit the notification bell so you're notified every time we drop a new video. And thank you guys for watching today. And yeah, that's it. So thanks for joining. Remember to share. Have a good one. Stay blessed.
Grinding my whole life. Stop that.